Hey,
Hello.
hi Ames.
Here we are again.
Here we are again, but we're not under the stars just
No, well,
now.
I've got some stars here, but
Huh?
different kind of stars.
Oh
Look,
yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
daytime stars.
Little days. Daytime stars are beautiful.
Yeah,
Twinkly.
it's not so easy to do it under the stars, is it? It's
You get a bit
tiring.
tired. Yeah, but it's a night. I like the idea of it, and I'm sure we will do that again
Yeah,
this maybe next week.
next time.
Ebba's just come in. She wants to ask a question. That's the thing about doing it during the day, because you just get people coming in saying, how you doing?
Hello, how are you?
Yeah. Nah, that's all right.
She's
Isn't
gone.
it? She's gone now, bless her. Yes, so this week, what were the topics we thought we'd talk about?
So letting go, maybe loosening the reins a little bit.
Oh, one thing before we start that I thought was funny to say is on the Instagram.
Oh no.
It's really funny.
It's not
where
funny.
You said it was funny because it's like you said personal care.
Personal care.
Yeah.
Personal care.
Yeah, not self-care. And you know what personal care also is?
No. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Hey?
I don't mean anything with, like, it's just certain products are classified as self-care.
Ah, personal care or self-care? Because I'm getting confused now.
Well, I would say self-care is what we would talk about. I want to talk about personal care.
Like, is personal care more like when you're just cleaning yourself, or
yeah.
No, your eyes say that it means something different.
Oh no, it's nothing worse than
well,
vaginal douches.
It is a good idea to have a vaginal douche.
Yeah,
so often.
but I can't give advice, so I've never.
Right.
Really
yes. So we're not giving personal care.
No
advice at all.
Although we can, if you want to direct message us for things.
Can help you in any way possible.
Never say no. I mean, obviously do say no sometimes.
Sometimes.
Never say never. Huh? You gotta say no a lot.
More than
you want. Yeah, like that's the thing. Letting go and also saying no is good. I like those things. Yeah. And how do you let go?
How?
Letting go of a fixed viewpoint or a fixed vision of what you want to happen. Letting go of something specific that you have held on to, or a dream or a wish. And like trusting that you'll get it eventually. You'll get what you wish for. But maybe to be less prescriptive or less willful about what that might be, like I have a very strong will. I have really a strong sense of what I want and how I want things to be. Can you relate to that?
Absolutely. Now there is two ways of letting go though, isn't there? As in letting go of stuff that's holding you back.
Sorry, there was a bee.
You've got a bee. You have a bee. I had a bee.
Bee in the conservatory.
I had a big bee.
I think it's gone.
In earlier while I was trying to do some work. And it was just a big old thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So letting go. Two things. Got the fingers up. Two things. Two ways of letting go. One is if you need to let go of the baggage or the things that are holding you back, that are keeping you in your little place and they're not letting you grow. Or there's letting go of what you feel like you should be doing but are not doing. So let go of the fact that you're thinking about all these things you want to do, but actually because you're consumed by them, you can't let go. So that's the two sort of flip sides of letting go from my perspective.
Yeah.
And how, yeah.
So so what do you think's the first or most crucial step then for you in sort of to achieve your vision?
To let go of the limiting beliefs, the things that are stopping you. Simply,
like what kind of example? Like fear of people laughing at you,
fear, lack of confidence, all of them are all basically the same. They're one in the same thing. Your lack of confidence, your fear that holds you back from either being awesome at something and do really well at something, or even just your fear of it going wrong or whatever. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I think that's crucial. And like, I suppose one thing I've been thinking more about during the lockdown thing is different ways to be creative and different ways to bring your vision into the world, things that you might have maybe forgotten about, that you little talents or interests that you used to have, and things that you can pick up.
Yeah, you bury them.
And just do things for fun, for pure joy, and then that's almost like you're just enjoying the process rather than I want a book deal, this is how I'm going to get it,
yes. Wait, stop right there. That is too specific. Yeah, that's the thing that I've been struggling with. This part of it has to be specific to be able to go forward and do it. But if you're too specific, you're limiting yourself, and what the universe may bring to you is going to be maybe repelled because you're just focusing on one tiny element. So I want a book deal. Oh yeah, that'd be great. But actually the thing is more to be a bit more open to how it will happen. So I want to have, I would love to be, oh no, not I would love to be, because you have to be grateful for, you have to have that gratitude for the thing already. You have to have to know that it's in your life. So I am a successful author. I live in a beautiful castle.
Yeah.
And I am living, I'm a living thing that's enjoying everything. I don't know, that's broad, but as long as you believe it, that's when it happens. That's when it can happen.
Yeah. And so what I've been doing a lot of, and I totally agree with the that you're holding space for yourself then, aren't you?
Yeah,
absolutely. To make, because sometimes you don't know what's best for you.
No.
But you know that the universe would know, obviously, what's best for you. So yeah, I doubt that I know what's best for myself. Like, I'm not the world's best well, like I say, I'm very willful, but I don't always know if those are the best things for me. Oh, well, they will be the best things for me because they're part of my journey and stuff. But like, actually just standing back and surrendering and saying, actually, I'm not going to impose my will and just be, as you say, specific. So what I've been doing more of is, just rather than just writing, I found that during the lockdown, I've had more time, obviously, on my hands. So I've been doing paintings and, for fun, because I've always loved painting when I was little, and also singing and writing songs. So again, just because I find, I'm not saying it's easy to do these things, because it's not easy, but it's certainly fun and certainly part of me being in the flow and enjoying those moments that I get. And like, that's been so good for me to be able to do those things that I enjoy, but also then opening up. So this is still my expression, or my vision of what I would want to bring into the world, and that I would be really keen to share this vision with other people through whatever format that might be, you see, and the podcast as well. So that's another thing, just to chat with you. It's lovely, and really, to generate thoughts on the spot. rather than have a script or something really specific in mind, and just to be really in the moment and in the present. That's the thing that art, that I found, writing, art, music, conversation, play, it's all being in the present moment, isn't it? All those things, gardening, all those things.
You're right there, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah. And then that is you here and now and making space for things, and that's like, it's really beautiful. And I think that's why the lockdown can be this pivotal time, can't it? Or, to sort of make space for the here and now, rather than, what's my holiday going to be like next year, because we don't know that.
Yeah,
I'm not like dissing holidays, because people like holidays, don't they?
Apparently. Yeah.
When you don't know what that might look like, what a holiday might not look like. Maybe we have to think about what is another way of getting a holiday in your everyday life, which might be doing some gardening, or I'm sure everyone's doing these things anyway,
But what is a holiday, really?
Yeah.
And that is thrown into
sunshine,
isn't it?
It might be about getting sun for particularly people from like these isles, because it's really not guaranteed, is it? But I just, where we are, I love the light. We're in Tynemouth, and some days the light's just so stunning. It's almost like, I'm sure we talked about this last time, I'm always banging on about the light here. It's the painter inside me just noticing the light, but it's so like, it's almost like it's water itself. We're really on the coast, but it's like shimmery. I don't know. But anyway, that feels like a holiday.
Yeah.
Just to look out the window and see that light.
Where we
you know
are,
what I mean?
Is like that. It's west. The light is awesome, but the things that I've noticed and captured in my own viewfinder is exceptional. The things that I've seen over this last 4 months, where you've started
things
to
I've seen
around. It's the sunsets. I mean, I noticed the sunsets here anyway, but it's
because you've got lots of fields, haven't you? Where you are, it's quite flat.
It's a spectacular sunset and spectacular landscapes, and well, as a photographer, and I capture things all the time in my mind. It's a shame you can't capture them the same.
You can't
with a camera unless you've got.
It's so strange.
Yeah,
it's strange, isn't it? I see that. I go to have a walk down to the beach basically every day, and I take a photograph and I try to catch the light, but it doesn't do it. And that's not to say that photography is not brilliant or like really valuable, but it certainly doesn't capture what we see and how we see it and how we move in that space. And that's sort of like definitely what I was interested in with writing, and all these art forms, is just to capture that in a different way, I guess. So yeah, letting go. That's
we're going
got a bit off topic, but let go of the topic.
Let go of everything.
Oops.
Everything's gone.
Loosening the reins of where we want to be. Yeah.
Well, that is another thing that happens sort of every day, and I'm there thinking, I need to take a photo. I need to take a photo. I need to capture that. I need to capture that. And I know that what I do capture is going to be good, but it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be that moment that's in here. It's in your heart, and it's right there. But actually capturing it, or trying to get a photograph, trying to get a little video of something. It's never the same. It's never as good as you can't capture the feelings and things, and that is something that's really important with being able to loosen the reins. It's about thinking, I don't have to capture it. I could just it's here. It's within me, so I shouldn't need to feel.
It's actually just enough to witness it for yourself, isn't it?
Witnessing it, yes. We spotted some awesome birds yesterday.
Did you?
I've gone into a little bit of a bird spotting mode. I mean, I think I always was as a child, but but it's sort of come back round with the whole partner being working for the RSPB and into birds and stuff. But so I spotted this little yellow wagtail yesterday, and I don't know how whether they're common or not common. I spotted it, this lovely little yellow thing sitting in a tree.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
And bouncing around, and it was just glorious. And I was just like, I was never going to get a good photo of it. I didn't have a camera.
No.
So I just needed to know, I've seen it, I've witnessed it, and that moment
Yeah, that's enough
once. So
yeah,
that's where it's important, isn't it? And then loosening the reins, loosening the thoughts of having to hold on to everything, because it's tiring and it's heavy.
All those things are tiring. Like, even like, I was thinking it's a strange one, but like, you know, it's tiring trying to stay looking good, and like, it's tiring, isn't it? And thinking about how you look. I mean, I don't think about it that, yeah, exactly. So you don't, but like, I think I've always grown up thinking that was important, or that was what I was judged on. And just, I mean, yeah, that's bad, isn't it? That's bad to admit that.
It's not bad to admit it, because then it's out, isn't it? It's out. You've loosened the reins on that.
I've done it. Oh my God, I've actually said it on a podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it feels so good. Phew. But yeah, just to feel. I think nowadays people will feel like that a little bit more, that you know, their body or something, that, or their themselves are sort of like judged or somehow. No, I'm not going to judge other people who spend a lot of time on makeup and a lot of time on getting their body into perfection, or how they see perfection, how they feel like that. But I tell you what, it's exhausting when you get a bit older to try and maintain that level of how you once were. And I don't really feel that, I feel the need to do that, but I don't think it's a big priority, because it can just really take the focus away from the most important things, you know. Yeah. So I'm just talking about the lockdown grey hair.
You sort of almost answered your own sort of query, really, with that, though, didn't you? You thought, well, actually, should I care about it? Should it be something that you can't help but go back to those ways, or to have a sense of feeling like you need to? Yeah, of course, we should all look after ourselves.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not saying not to look after your body, like everything you eat.
Yeah,
you know, I'm kind of really into that.
But there's no point, if you look so fantastic on the outside, or what you perceive is fantastic on the outside, that you're just nothing inside, then it's kind of like, it's pointless.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know me though, and I know you, and I suppose the idea is that that's not what you're bothered about, is the surface. It's all about learning and having a sense of humor and connecting with people on a heart level, you know, really getting to know people well, and just being like a 360-degree person. You know, like being everything that you possibly could be. It's dizzying, but yeah. And I think that but to allow yourself the chance to change, and to sort of like not worry so much about letting yourself show, your true self show, as in the true self. And like, as a creative person, that's not just waiting for the people to be creative so that you can give them a clap. But you know, if you've got things that you want to do, so not keep it in just because you might make someone else feel uncomfortable, or I mean, I don't mean uncomfortable in a sort of like, I'm going to offend you way. I just mean that I've got to be careful how I choose my words, but I always see other people as the creative ones, my friends, you know. I see them as the people who are going to go out and do stuff, and I'm really happy for their successes. But then I'll like make excuses why I can't, you know, go for my creative dreams. I'll just try and sort of live everyone else's success, live vicariously, you know, live through, you know, other people's.
That's a good word, that.
Wins. Yeah, but that's a part of myself that I kind of like. I've always thought, what's this all about? But I think it's just abandoning yourself, isn't it? Yeah. If you don't do really what you want to do, you're abandoning ultimately you've abandoned yourself. And I have like massive, I'm saying too much, but like, you know, issues about being abandoned or not being lovable or something, weirdly. Why would I? Stupid. but
like,
ultimately it's because I've abandoned myself, because I tried to get away from who I was.
yeah.
This is like amateur psychology now, isn't it? Oh,
This is
oh
all
no.
I'm doing is just sitting here.
What am I talking about? Oh,
But
on Dawson's Creek on you.
how everybody else is.
Did I say live vicariously? That's really Dawson's.
You did. I love it. Now let's go all Dawson's Creek on it.
Full Dawson.
Full Dawson. Don't
Okay.
no, that's a different thing. Yeah. So with what you're saying and what you're divulging all this lovely information,
Everything.
You it does look like you're on the wine.
Yeah, but it looks like wine. It's
Tastes like
Adam's
wine.
apple. Adam's apple? It's not Adam's apple. Adam's Aid. Is that what it's called?
What are you drinking Adam's juice for?
I don't know.
Giving me
I
back.
mean, poor Adam.
Adam and Eve.
Adam's apple.
So, yeah, that's groundbreaking, though, isn't it? To actually feel that and release that.
Yeah.
I think been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. But
yeah, it is.
It's a battle all the time to still keep on to recognize that is what is happening or what has happened. Is great. It honestly is like 100% what you need to do, because it only the change is the wrong.
Don't talk about that.
I'm not going through the change yet. So the process that you're going through is it's circular. You have to release that and realize it, but unless you actually act on the fact that you don't want it to be like that, you want it to be the opposite of that. If you don't change and if you don't move into that, you're still doing exactly the same. Obviously you're going to do the same thing. You're going to carry on damning yourself almost to celebrate others. Yeah, great, that's wonderful, everybody's, but the only person that can make that connection or make that process start happening for you is you. And it can take conversations with somebody else that can trigger something that makes you think, oh, I know what I'm doing wrong, or I should do it this way. But yeah, it's action is the key to actually overcoming. Oh gosh, sorry about that. I just went on and on.
Yeah, no, that was really clear. That was clarity.
From the realization.
That's really good. Yeah, crystal clear. Well, that's good.
So,
yeah.
So there.
Yeah, that is just like a big move or a big leap for me to realize that's that idea of coming home to yourself, isn't it? Or that kind of thing. And I think that's crucial.
It's crucial. Coming home to yourself is it's like a little bit of magic almost to realize that the world is within is the best.
Yeah. And it always was. Always was.
But to go away from it because you feel like that's what everybody else is doing and they're showing themselves to be these different things, and you think that everybody else is doing what their dream is or what they're living their life, but actually you're on a different trajectory, on a different path anyway. And maybe it was that it was supposed to be now that you realize it. So this is your
and it's like I think so. It's you get much more perspective, and if things happen after a time or that you see, you don't just say to yourself, that's I'm limited to doing one thing. I'm limited. I'm say I'm organizing art exhibitions, that's what I do and that's what I'll always do. I think that's great to be really specialist and very niche, but then if you're only doing that specialist thing because you're avoiding doing something that would really put yourself on the line in terms of showing your true your sort of like personal artworks or your personal writings. I just mean you're sort of avoiding the inevitable, which is you need to put your stuff out there. You're just avoiding that. You're just doing other vaguely creative things in order to avoid the risky stuff.
Yeah, the risky, the fear, the bit where it comes to whether it's you can do it or not. It's the questionable part.
But it might not be even for me about whether I can do it. I don't think it is. Not with certain things. It is with writing. I'm always like, I'm not sure, because it's more about permission. It's more about like, what, me? Why do I get a voice? Who really wants to listen to me? And I had a lot of times in my childhood where I was singing in front of bigger audiences, and like that was okay because I was just used to it. But it's just a minute, like, hang on, why are you listening to me? Like, how did that happen? See, but it's fine when you're doing it, but once you start thinking about it, then that's when it becomes a little bit more stultifying, or you feel like you don't have the right to a voice, or it makes you too visible, and that's uncomfortable. It's just everything. All the teenagers get these things. It's just part of growing up, isn't it?
It is. But now is the time to change that if you can, because it'll only get worse, and it'll only become a resentment. It'll become something that you don't want it to be.
But it's just a story then. It's just a story like, oh, I could have done that, or I did.
Yeah, I could have.
Yeah, it's just a story. Yeah, I think so. And I suppose that all that thing about letting go, one of the things that I've noticed is that if I say I finish a collection of stories or something, then if I'm working on that and then I go and do some painting or I write a song, then I'm kind of like chilled out about the writing, because I'm chilled out about the thing that I'm doing, and because I'm not so invested in one specific thing, and that it doesn't all ride on that. So I can actually let serendipity into these moments of creating and not worry so much about what it is and what it's going to do and where it's going to go in the world. And it's like you take your eye off one ball and that takes off and that's doing well. Do you see what I mean? It's like if I'm not saying you should spread yourself thin and like not invest your time in these things. If you do more than one activity or more than one thing, it just becomes less, eggs in one basket, more and more cliches, but like it just becomes a little less stressful, I guess, even. So you're in the moment, you're doing the things that you enjoy just because you enjoy them.
Which and is that's perfect, positive, isn't it? Really, yeah. It's the best way to live. You're giving yourself by sort of acting. That's the thing that you're doing when you're doing the things that bring you joy and bring you those good feelings, those good emotions. You're acting on your thoughts. You're acting on something that you need to do. So you're doing those lovely things that it's great. It's great that you're acting on those things, and the more you do, it can be really stressful. I had a time 2 or 3 weeks ago where I felt like I was just doing everything, but even though I'm furloughed, I've got no job to do at the moment. I've got nothing other than just to look after the children. That's all I have to do. But for some reason, I'm doing more than I've ever done before, because my mind is sort of just like, so but because I'm doing all that, I've sort of spread myself a little bit too thin on things I just don't need to do. I don't need to put that pressure on myself, like doing the podcast, doing the blog, doing my just everything. So I took a little time out. I took a week away doing the things that I wanted to do and let it flow. And more things happened that week than have happened, in the last 2 months. But because I let things naturally just flow, and that's another way. And that sounds like that's what beautiful. You've done. Maybe you're not spreading yourself thin. You're opening yourself up to those actions, those things that you want to do, and just doing them because they make you feel good. And it might be writing a song. It might be like, I don't know, like I go to our allotment And that is
Oh
where
yeah.
the words come in. The words just absolutely,
Yeah, that's so good.
whether I want them to or not. And I'm just like, I'm just trying to do a bit of reading. Leave me alone. But it's in those moments when you're acting on the things that you know you want to do or you don't want to do, or just like having a walk or whatever it is. And it's real powerful stuff. Really.
And I feel that I appreciate it, but I also feel that sense of happiness that by being creative in itself, that's appreciated. I'm not sure how and why, but I feel like when I'm doing it, it's like, no, that is it. You should be doing this, or not in a kind of like, oh, you should do this, but it's almost like, yes, it feels so right and easy and effortless to be in the moment and in the flow, as you say.
You're giving
that's when other ideas come in, and then other things that you put out into the world then get noticed in a way that because you've forgotten that it was there, you'd forgotten that you'd done it, and then that's better because you're not going, oh gosh, I really hope 1,000 people see the blog, or 1,000 people listen to the podcast. You're not thinking like that because you're just thinking, it doesn't matter.
You're just enjoying.
It's the doing that's important.
You're doing it. It's the process of doing it. The process of putting it out there is another thing. I know that's something that you struggle with doing, is putting it out there. But honestly,
and maybe because it never feels finished, never feels good enough, never feels finished.
Nothing ever will. You have
no,
to.
I'm realizing that
finished. You have to. That's simple. But thing is, like the life coach that I had, that I've got. There's 2 or 3 different people that are coaching in my life, but there's one that sort of said, look, okay, Amie, I can see that you've got all these big plans for your website and you've got your launch date in a 3 months time, but what's wrong with just putting it out there now? You've told me it's nearly finished. Just put it out there. And I just was like, no, come on, no.
She's got your number.
I promise
he's got your number.
No, if you put it out there, that's it. That one big thing that's hanging over you, that's stressing you out.
It might be the wrong word. You might say personal care rather than self-care. And then it's funny.
It's a little joke.
And then it's hilarious. It's just funny. But those are the things that you've got to have a sense of humor. I think that I really like those things, actually. Any project I've ever done, there's always been something that's funny and like you didn't think about that, but it's hilarious. You do projects and then the unforeseen come in, and that's where life happens, and that's beautiful because it feels like a proper collaboration with the universe, doesn't it? You've got good intention.
It's not about what I want to do, it's not about what you want to do, it's not about what anyone wants to do. It's about your path, your it's just what's going to happen, and you're putting your feelers out there for what you would like to happen, or what's sort of coming into here, and what you think you need, or what you want, but ultimately you're not in control of it. The more in control you think you are of it, the less likely things are going to go your way. They don't go your way, they go away, and the way is sort of, I don't know whether it's set somehow or other, or what I definitely do know from my experience is that
the more you meddle,
the more you meddle, reins,
it's no good. What's the aims?
And you loosen those reins,
and
you allow things to happen. I put a little bit out of there of what I'd like here and there. I know what things,
but it's more about, is it not more about then the feeling that you want as well? The feeling rather than the thing.
It's the feeling, but it's not feeling of what you want. You can't want something. You have to be grateful for it. You've done some looking into like what that means and things. Being grateful is knowing, is feeling it, that you have it already. That is your life. So a conversation with my friend Chris, who I'm in the band Antler with. Once he was like, I really just wish we were just out there doing it. And I went, we are we are. We've released EPs. We've got another one coming out imminently. We are doing it, and we are performing live. And we are. And then he was like, oh, we are. And it's a simple mindset change that's just like, there's no wants or what ifs. It is.
Yeah. It's already happening, isn't it? And then you don't, that's it. Everything sort of simultaneously unfurling, and you don't know what that's going to feel like or be. And that's what's exciting about it.
Yeah, it is. Because you don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going to go just mention quickly a little thing that I did. Maybe about it's about. I have no concept of time at the moment, but it was about.
No, I don't think anyone does.
I did this vision board online workshop. Just to try and focus my ideas for the brand a bit more. You know, all ideas happening. It's all very good, but I needed to sort of gain some focus. There were a lot of people that were doing this course, and it was they were all at a stage where they were still trying to figure out how to sort of release themselves to open up to possibilities, whereas I was just a little bit further on and got to that point already. Now I should get some clarification, some clarity of what I'm going to do. And it was like a bolt of light.
Wow.
I don't know if I've had this conversation with you already. No, I don't think I've.
No.
It just, she said,
like a light bulb.
A little bit. She was just like, if you cry, it's okay. It doesn't matter. Let everybody, anyone that cries, just let them do what they need to do, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Golly.
Anyway, then we all turned our mics off. I think it was on a Zoom, and it was great. And we were listening to this meditation that she was reading, and I just started crying, and these words just booming in at me, and thought, okay, all right, I know what I need to do. So
do you get so what I'm hearing from you is that you hear things.
Oh no, you're gonna make me sound
what
like
happens
a lunatic.
No, it's just that I would see things.
I do as well.
I see things, and I interact with the material world and my brain, and and it's very much simultaneous. So like I remember watching Trolls, and I was quite in a meditative mode, and I was watching Trolls with the girls, and Ebba said, "What time are we going out?" And I said 11, and Poppy on the screen said at the same time as me 11. So we simultaneously said 11, and it was like, okay, so that's amazing, thank you, because it just makes you feel really connected to what's going on. So like I'll have interactions like that.
Little messages coming.
Not a lot, but like little things.
No, you know what?
Coincidences, serendipities, and nice things.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of those.
You hear things. I don't hear things.
I see things as well in that respect. I see numbers, I see colours, textures. Those things are all key, and it just, I don't know, it depends on what context they're in, or where I see them, or how I hear them.
Yeah. But is it your voice though? It's your like inner voice.
Yes, it's me. It's just picking out the things that I either might have forgotten, or I might have just sort of pushed towards.
Yeah, no, I do get that. I've always been like, what people talk in the sort of spiritual sort of manifesting circles is your higher self, what that might be.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wonder what that sounds like. And I just think it's like I hear it a lot, but I just don't identify it as my higher self.
Yeah. But
she's really silly.
I don't suppose you necessarily need to even identify that is what it is, as long as you're listening is the bigger thing to actually take notice of is all right, okay, that's interesting, all right, or bank that and then maybe come back to on, or that might show itself somewhere else. But being aware of those things and not just dismissing them, not thinking, oh my god, my mileage mileometer thingy was on like 666 the other day. I was like, oh, okay, I'll just note that one and move on. Numbers come in and you see things. But over the last 2 months or so, I've had the same numbers coming through all the time. I don't know what they meant, and then I realised that they were the same date. they were the numbers that made the date of that vision board that I did.
Ah,
So
that's lovely, Ames.
and that cost me one of my favourite numbers amounts, and so out that, and that's what
that's lovely. I love that.
Everything on.
Yeah.
So
I love that. I love that. It's like, it reminds me of the time when just after Grandma had, you know, passed away, and Mum gave us some money. Mummy gave us some money for an ice cream for us, me and the girls, to have. And we went out, I don't know, I took out some money, but we must have just, we weren't on hard times. I just only had a certain amount of cash to take out, to take me and the girls for an ice cream. We were walking along, and Ebba just pointed at the road and said, "Oh, there's some money on the road." And it was loads of coppers. I just thought, okay, well, I have this policy that if she points something out, I'm interested in it. And I'm like, oh, yes, let's pick up the money. So I picked up the coppers, and we got to pay for the ice cream. And I had so bearing in mind, I only had enough to buy the girls an ice cream. It's like, you see, I didn't explain it very well. Yeah. So I didn't have enough for me to get an ice cream. But this extra money was exactly the right amount that I could then buy myself an ice cream. Yes. I just thought, oh, you know, that's just perfect. You see? Or I don't know. I've got so many like stories.
Yeah, it's great.
It's beautiful.
It happens, moments. And that is a serendipity, isn't it? That is that.
Yeah.
It comes to you when you're least expecting it, when you most simply as that, really.
Yeah.
You know, and when you're able
it's great,
to allow things in once you've let go of any stuff, the baggage.
I mean, what was I watching? I was watching like that film with Charlton Heston in.
Charlton Heston?
Is it called? Oh, I can't remember. I should have thought. Anyway, it was a religious film, and somebody had got a vision of a communication from an angel. I was like, oh, that's really interesting. So in centuries ago, that would be the only communication you could get, would be through light and hearing something. But now there's like so many different communications that you could possibly get. Do you see what I mean? Technology's improved, and yeah. if you kind of believe in the connection with, the universe and
whatever it is out there,
something greater than yourself.
Certainly.
But yeah, it's really very interesting. What have you spotted, Amy?
Oh, no, I've just out the corner of my eye constantly I can see something blowing across it. It looks like a big bird. It's not, it's just leaves on the hedge outside.
that's like not a serendipity.
No, that's just my little weird new little obsession type thing.
Birdies.
We love
birds.
Spotting new ones. We saw 3 great spotted woodpeckers on the tree in the garden.
Oh wow.
No one sees stuff like that.
Oh,
well, gosh. They do. Of course they do.
Well, when you come here, you'll have to have a look at our birds, because we've got some really special ones in the tree. There's some kind of yellow birds, blue tits.
Oh.
Like, you'll be really amazed. And we've even got sparrowhawk.
Have you?
I was going to say a harrowsparrow.
Harrowsparrow sounds good.
I've never seen a harrowsparrow before.
I haven't seen a sparrowhawk since.
Yeah, they're so like, it's real. It's a bit scary. Hawk pigeons and that. They get a bit scared.
Well.
But yeah, it's beautiful. Our garden's so overgrown. It's not massive.
Oh, I love an overgrown.
Boy, is it overgrown. In fact, Dean just gave the willow tree a nice bob.
Oh, you look like you're doing it with scissors. Was he doing it with scissors?
Really big scissors. He was like that. But it was they're matte. He's done a great job.
Oh.
Yeah, the massive.
Oh, topiary.
Good. Yeah, so it does. It's very special.
It's a big bush.
So do you think? What's the Ames?
It's a big bush, isn't it?
Well, nothing wrong with big bush. Huh? Whoever said there was anything wrong with big bush? Nobody.
No one ever.
Never heard that.
Ever.
In my life.
So
do you think we've discussed? This is going to be a little chat today anyway. Just keeping it short. It wasn't that short, but it was supposed to be.
Ah, well,
nice and succinct.
More for your book, don't you?
Yeah, you do. And like, we'll just evolve and be more,
Evolve.
have different topics and stuff as we go along, I'm sure.
Yes, we will. What about just a little mention on the star signs, though? Because I think that's quite an important, maybe integral to what.
Well, because you're Aquarius, and I'm Aries, and we're very compatible. Yeah, you could say, but we're very compatible.
Are we?
Stop talking about that.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Because you give my fire air, and I give you like a purpose.
What? You're saying I've got no purpose without you?
Yeah. You need me. You need me, and I need you.
Oh, because I'm water. You heat me.
Huh? I thought Aquarius was air. Am I being an idiot?
Oh,
I thought it was air. Am I being an idiot?
Oh my! There's a man in my house.
Oh no! Run away!
You're back.
Am I silly then? I mean, obviously, I don't know everyone's star sign. I just know mine, which is fire.
Aries. What? Aquarius is water, isn't it? Isn't it? Right. Okay.
It should be. But no, it's air, babe. We can't talk about astrology if you don't know what element you are.
No, but wait a minute.
But it's confusing because the symbol is the water bearer and the symbol is waves.
I was thinking of, the water bearer.
But the element, my darling, is air.
Yeah. No, that is right. That is
but
right.
But it is confusing. It is totally confusing, isn't it?
A moment there.
Yeah, well, it is. It's strange because you'd think
I carry
the symbol's water bearer. Yeah, why would it be air?
It doesn't make enough sense.
Well, we'd need to look into that for next time.
Yeah,
but do our research.
That's good.
On complementary elements. Yeah. But no, Cancerians are air, water. I don't know who, and Libra, I think. I don't know. Maybe we won't talk about astrology.
I think astrology's not off. Fine for you, really.
It's rubbish.
Oh well.
It's
whoops.
Yeah. You brought it up. You brought it up, Amy.
I did, but that's because we said about talking about it this one.
Yeah, but like if you don't know what your star element is.
No, I knew what it was. It's just I got confused with the water bearer bit.
Yeah.
That's what I've always thought. I've known I'm the water bearer in the star sign, but I just thought that meant that I was water.
Well, you would. Libra's air also. Oh, Pisces is water. Pisces and the Cancerians water. I've just realised. So I don't know.
I don't know either.
But we're both wearing red, and that's.
I was wearing green earlier.
That's weird.
I decided to change. I just needed to be in something different.
You just wanted to get dressed up for Zoom.
No, I was in my t-shirt, my one of the Amy Elisa design t-shirts, and it's I did a little video outside first in the t-shirt, and I realized that because the t-shirt had words on it, and because I was using the video turned the other way, it's flipped it, and I don't like it, so I took it off.
Oh no, flipped it.
The first thing I saw was a red dress. I thought, I'm putting that on then.
Yeah.
Show up.
It's nice.
That's what you're going to do. Show up as you want to be seen.
Show up.
Do everything.
Yeah. Well, I want to be seen as a holiday maker in France. Because I've got my jumper on. Like that. Like, I just remember when we used to go on holidays, Dad. Oh, you know you're on holiday. Because your dad had his jumper over his shoulder. Huh? Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rocking that. Well, that's what I'm doing.
She's
keeping that memory alive.
Right on
the holiday spirit goes with me where I walk. Wherever I walk, it's a holiday.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, what was it you wanted to sort of say about astrology?
No, I didn't want to say anything. You mentioned to talk about the star signs and things today. I don't know. I don't know anything about.
Well, you're just giving away the tricks of the trade now that we actually talk about what we might speak about, because people will be thinking, I can't believe they actually plan anything.
They don't plan
People,
it.
yes, people
Surely they do.
listening.
The people.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
we've had 5 views.
Who's listening?
Come on. Everyone's
right.
listening, Daniella.
Oh,
Everyone.
well, that's nice. Well,
Oh,
that's creepy. Maybe
right.
they've tuned in because they thought it was ASMR.
Maybe.
So that means I need to do an ASMR and ASAP. Sorry. I like to laugh at my own jokes.
Yes. Well,
That's all right, isn't it?
Entitled to laugh at your own jokes.
Well,
Yeah,
that was fun. I'll do an ASMR.
we shall.
Yeah, I'll record that. I've got myself set up, so I might do it
I like
later
that. What
today.
are you waving around? What is it? Is it
Oh, right. Sorry, I keep waving this thing around.
I want to wave
It's my
something
pen.
About. What can I wave?
It's a fluffy pen.
Nice.
That Ebba gave me.
Oh, it's beautiful.
For my desk. It's her pen. She just said, "Oh, you can have that." I was like, "Oh, thanks."
That's cute.
I put it on my desk. Huh? And I'm not going to wave it around anymore. I'm all self-conscious now. So I think we've done a good chat there.
That's pretty good. We
we covered a lot of ground, and now we can just let this go and then see who
loosen the reins on this podcast.
Mm-hmm. I'll keep getting better, obviously, because that's what happens, isn't it? When you do things often, you just get better and better. You just can't help
or not.
Can't help it, can you? If you practice. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
So finish result.
That's what it's about.
End result.
That's what it's all about.
Lovely. Oh. Right. Well, we'll sign off. We'll say, what's the thing we say after every podcast? What do you have to say?
You've been listening
to subscribe.
The sister. You have been listening to the Sisters Under the Stars podcast, and
during the day.
This is episode 2, which is called something really good.
Well, we'll think about that because we can't call it letting go of the reins.
Don't let
and
go
we
of
can't
the
call it reining the let go. So we'll have to think of something else that's more appropriate.
Been writing down titles as you've gone.
No, it's not even what I wrote down. I've got vellum and beeswax.
You were just thinking of things you wanted to buy?
Yeah, art supplies.
Art supplies.
Yeah. But I mean, we don't know what, the great thing is we don't know what it's going to be called yet.
No.
So we will write down the title afterwards. Maybe it'll be called Personal Care.
Personal Care, another.
That's cute. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
Yeah,
it's just my association. I'm sure. I think other people wouldn't associate that.
I
don't think our 5 listeners were like, "Oh, I really hope they were going to talk about like special wipes or B-days."
Well, they would have been. The thing is, the main title isn't that. Anyway, that was just like a little tiny thing that I got.
That was just a hashtag, wasn't it? That was just an innocent old hashtag.
Yeah, but the thing is, I in my head thought that was the self-care that we talked about. Anyway.
No,
I got it wrong.
You didn't get it wrong. It's just really my association. It's just a funny little anecdote. It's just funny. It's me being a mean sister.
Yep.
What did you say?
Yep.
I'm not.
You said it.
No, but I wanted you to say, "Oh, come on, you're not mean." Why can't you say that? Why can you do that? you need to look at yourself and wonder why couldn't you just say?
No. Oh, that reminds me of something I was reading on Twitter this morning.
Oh no.
Something that somebody said, "Oh look, if you're thinking the way you're thinking, surely you need to look at yourself." Kind of a thing. And it was to do with something quite serious. So.
Oh, well, this isn't serious. This is just funny.
No, this is just funny. And
I'm really nice. And I know
personal care.
Personal care and attention.
Everybody.
And that's
anybody.
Fine.
No.
So
yeah. So
on that note, we shall end it.
Yes. if you
Podcast number 2.
like what you hear, you should like and subscribe to the
And
Sisters
even if you
Under the
don't,
Stars
even if you don't like it,
podcast.
then just still like it. Give us a heart,
Just
because
like it anyway.
you feel like good on you.
All comments welcome, more or less.
We'll obviously like go through the comments and check there's nothing really
you need
trolley.
to clink, clink, dink, ding, ring the bell for notifications. That's what they do.
Oh, ring the bell.
But
when you want to know when we'll be getting a next podcast, you ring the bell, you click it, you click the bell, and then you'll get updates straight to your phone or your computer.
Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on YouTube.
Do it. We're not on YouTube, are we?
We're on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube.
Oh!
Subscribe. Like,
No!
follow Instagram.
That's all I've got.
Facebook.
These aren't finished paintings. They're works in progress. And
Give over.
Oh no! I didn't know you were putting them on YouTube.
I've sent you a link to it all.
Oh my god! Oh no! I'm really embarrassed. Oh no!
It's too late to put the shades on now.
It's fine.
What are you embarrassed of?
Can't have vanity on lockdown, can you?
It's not vanity anywhere. There's no space for it.
No.
After what your conversation was about how you feel
let go of vanity.
Everything.
It's gone.
Loosen the reins on the vanity.
Right then. I'll have a look on YouTube then.
I thought you'd said some nice likes. You
I'll just like, but I don't mean to say I've actually looked.
You said it was
I'll do that with everyone. I'm like, you what?
It's ace. What I put out there was the YouTube sharing of the. Where you been?
Okay, right. I better go. I'm going to have to go, Amy. I need to look at YouTube. Sorry. Got to go. That's it.
No. She's gone.
All right, actually, it's tea time. Tea's ready.
Is it? Oh, good. Enjoy.
Can you hear that? It's me. All right, Ames, we'll talk to you soon.
See you later.
Recording. The piano.
Bye.
Love you.
Bye. Love you.